Superintendent Padilla, dalawa po ang inyong affidavit, di po ba? Isang
Yes, Your Honor.
27 August at saka isang 2 September.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Magkakontra.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Binago ko po dahil
So, ibig sabihin, nagsinungaling ka nung una at sinumpa mo yun.
because of my...
Paano kami maniniwala ngayon sa iyo na totoo na yung pangalawa mong affidavit? Kung dun sa umpisa, una pa lang, nagsinungaling ka na.
Because of my personal safety, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Because of your personal safety, nagsinungaling ka.
Opo. Kasi
Ngayon, gumawa ka ng second affidavit.
hindi ko naman po akalain na
Hindi.
didivulge.
Hayaan mo muna, patapusin mo muna ako. Gumawa ka ng second affidavit mo disregarding your personal safety already. Tama po ba ang aking kaisipan?
Hindi ko po akalain na in this hearing, ang pagkakalam ko po is through executive session. Take up.
Kasi tama po yung sabi ni Honorable Konggun, yung recantation is not looked upon with favor by the courts. Kasi yung ngayon sinabi ko, nagsinungaling ka na doon sa sinumpa mo, tapos babaguhin mo. Yun po yun. Ngayon, umpisahan po natin na ilipat yung 3 Chinese na PDLs sa iyong lugar. Kanino nang galing yung utos?
From higher headquarter po, Your Honor.
Hindi ko naman. Sino po doon sa higher headquarters na nag-utos?
Yung Director of Corrections.
Sino po yung Director of Corrections na nag-utos na ilipat yung 3 sa Davao Penal Colony?
Based on the record po, Your Honors, Director General then Rinier Cruz.
At sinabi mo rin na nag-object ka rito.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Do you have any piece of evidence that would show o magpapakita na nag-object po kayo?
Yes, in fact, it was the first letter which I opposed to the transfer dated July 27, 2015 and nireiterate ko po ng October 2015.
O sige, narinig ko na yung sinuot mo kanina eh. Tinatanong ko lang kung meron po kayong ebidensya. Could you please submit to this committee yung ebidensya po na yun na kayo po ay nag-object? Thank you. Punta po tayo dun sa statement ninyo na you were subjected to intense pressure by then CIDG Officer Ruina Garma, who called me through the cell phone of another inmate Fortaleza at sinabi sa iyo ni Madam Garma na may mga tao kami dyan na gagawa at huwag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay ang pamilya mo.
Yes, Your
Is that
Honor.
true?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr.
Now,
Chair.
kung natanggap mo itong mensaheng ito mula kay Colonel Garma, what would have been the proper thing that you would have done? Ano po dapat ang ginawa ninyo?
Hindi ko po actually binigyan ng kuan yung kanyang sinabi. Kumbaga,
Hindi mo pinagbigyan pero sinabi mo, you experience intense pressure tapos
yes,
hindi mo binigyan ng kwan.
during that time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, nagkaroon po ng ganun.
Oo nga.
Kasi gusto nilang during that time madaliin po yung pagsasagawa nung
Pagsasagawa ng ano?
pagpatay doon sa 3 child.
So, at that point in time, alam mo na napapatayin yung 3.
Alam ko po, Your Honor, Mr.
Anong
Chair.
ginawa mo nga? Yun ang tanong ko nga eh. Ano ang ginawa mo? Nung nalaman mo, napapatayin yung 3 na
Wala.
nasa loob ng iyong piitan. Marami kang pagsisinungaling, Colonel eh.
Kasi nakakulong po yun, hindi ko talaga akalain na mailalabas po doon sa pinagkulungan nila.
Merong ano?
Hindi ko po akalain na mailalabas po dahil naka-safekeeping po doon. Ako po ang nag-order na safekeeping dyan.
Pero antimano, inamin mo na alam mo na napapatay yung tatlo.
Yes.
Pero wala kang ginawa.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga
Hindi
po,
mo man lang inireport doon sa mga nakakataas para tulungan ka na patigilin o tigilin yung ganun na mangyayari.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, kaya nga umihingi ako ng executive session kasi napakasilan po yung...
Sige, let us see kung kuwan. Pero ako ang unang magpapatigil ng executive session kung yung sasahibihin mo ay hindi importante dito sa mga issue na inimbestigahan dito sa committee na ito.
It's very sensitive,
Maliwanag
Your
ko
Honor.
siguro yun. Ano? Now, sinabi mo kanina na sa pagsagot po ninyo sa aking mga kasamaan na merong unang pagtatangka. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Paano mo nalaman na may unang pagtatangka?
Doon po sa tawag ni
Tawag ni?
CIDG Garma.
So, ibig mo sabihin, yung una
Yun lang
ang
po.
una.
Yun po.
Yun ang unang pagtatangka.
Opo.
So, ano po yung nalaman po ninyo, yung pangalawang pagtatangka na sinabi po ninyo?
Wala naman pong, yun lang po, yung unang usapan lang po na yun.
So, kasi narinig ko kanina, merong first try na sinabi mo sa katanungan ng aking mga kasamahan.
Opo.
So, wala na yung pangalawa. Yun na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Doon po sa pagtatanong na aking mga kasamaan at pagsasagot ng mga ibang testigo, hindi ka pa ba naniniwala na may plano talaga na patayin yung tatlo?
Naniniwala nga po ako.
So, naniniwala ka. Ang sinasabi mo lang, hindi ka kasama doon sa plano.
Naunahan po ako doon sa plano.
Ano ibig mong sabihin?
Naunahan po ako kasi
Naunahan ka nino?
nung pangyayari kasi in-expect nila na ako ang unang kikilos.
Iba naman yung impormasyon ko. Si Congressman Paduano na magtatanong sa iyo. Hindi ikaw ang pipiit, isang tao na wala na rito sa mundo dahil din dyan sa okasyon na yan. Di ba?
Yes, Your
Hindi,
Honor. That's
ikaw
why...
kasama ka sa plano kasi walang mangyayari sa piitan na yon kung hindi mo alam o kung ayaw mo. Tama po ba?
Ganun po, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
May nangyayari sa piitan na hindi mo nalalaman?
Ganun po ang nangyari.
O nangyari lang dito sa pangyayaring ito?
Opo, opo.
Okay. Yun po yung inyong depensa. Yung pong paggalugad, kanino pong utos talaga yun? Para magkaroon ng kasalanan yung dalawang PDL para mabartoli na sila. At anong yung paggalugad din dun sa foreign part ng inyong detention?
Yun po ang
Sino po ginalugad din po sila para sila mapunta sa Bartolina? Tama po? Sino nag-utos nun?
Tulad ng sinabi ko po, mayroon po akong...
Tinatanong ko lang po kung sino ang nag-utos.
Sa security operation po.
Security operation. Sino po yun?
Ang security operation ko during that time is Robert Quinto.
Quinto. Tinuturo mo na dahil patay na siya.
Hindi po.
Di ba?
Siya po ang...
Hindi nga, patay na siya, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Pero
Yes, binaril din siya. Kaya huwag na tayong pumunta ron. Kasi kanina, nung last hearing, sinabi ni Teniente Poro na ang nag-utos ng paggalugad doon sa lugar ng mga incheck at saka yung dalawang PDL, kayo po ang tinuro. It's a matter of record. Nandun po. Kaya, ginawa yung galugan na yun para magkaroon ng dahilan para madala sila sa Bartolina kung saan sila papatayin. Kasi nandun din dun sa statement na sinabi nung dalawang nautusan na papatay na mahirapan sila dahil nandun sa ibang lugar, yung 3 inchik, at nasa ibang lugar sila. Kaya ginawa ng paraan na mapupunta sila sa iisang lugar, sa selda number 6 ng Bartolina. Tapos, inamin din ng iyong in charge sa Bartolina na punong-puno yung Bartolina. Pero yung selda number 6, dadalawa lang ang nandun. At doon din nala yung 3 inchik na pinatay. Kaya kung tutuusin, kung ikaw ay investigador talaga, makikita mo na parang may plano. Di ba? Ikaw na rin nagsabi.
Meron po
Sabi
talaga.
mo na may plano.
Meron po talaga.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Kaya lang, ang sinasabi mo, hindi ka kasama sa plano, pero hindi naman mangyayari po ito kung tatanggihan nyo o hindi nyo papayagan. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Akop. The next to interpolate is Congressman Paduano. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, eto lang po, Colonel Padilla, kasi buo na po yung puzzle. Buo na namin po. Ngayon, we're just requesting you to tell the truth. Now, in my question, pag hindi mo kayang sagutin in public, you will just tell me na you will request for an executive session. Okay?
Kaya nga po, humihingi po ako ng for an executive session.
Kaya nga po, tanungin muna kita, just to establish the premise that indeed,
Di ba, Your Honor?
you can be allowed for your request. Okay? Ano lang po, premise lang.
Sige po.
Okay? Sabihin mo lang pag hindi mo masagot. Okay? Sa executive session na lang, just in case. Okay? Now, number 1, actually, Colonel Padilla, based on our investigation, alam namin, you're the most less corrupt in Davao Penal Colony. Alam po namin yon. Na-check na po namin yung records. Na-check na rin po namin yung mga statements coming from your peers during that time. For example, if I ask you, do you know Dr. Derla?
Yes.
Di ba, he was also ambushed, but fortunately, nabuhay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. And that time he was assigned. Di ba? He was assigned in Davao Penal Colony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, so alam mo yon. Alam mo rin siguro ang kwento doon. Alam mo, di ba? And can you commit to us that you will divulge the reason behind?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Second, wag na tayo, ito, actually, yung bagong ano mo, yung 9 to 11 mo, mali ito eh. Hindi totoo to eh. Hindi totoo yung paragraph 9, 10, 11 in your affidavit. Hindi totoo po to. Kasi, if I ask you, kanina tinanong ka ni Chairman Ako with regards to the galugad, malinaw po, walang pakialam na si Quinto the time. Sinabi na po ni Foro na at your orders, galugudin. Maggaluga doon sa INSEC at saka sa 2 PDL. Established na po yun. Now, sabi mo dito, during the time of duty ka na nung nangyari, di ba? Tama? Okay. Now, if you are off duty, sino naka-duty during the time? Second, high-ranking, kasi 24/7 dapat yan, di ba? Bucor,
Yes
sa inyo.
po, Your Honor.
Sino yung next? Of course, your deputy.
Deputy po, supposed to be. In absence of deputy,
No, ang tinatanong ko ngayon, sino? Sino yung nandun?
Commander of the Guards po.
Eh, saan si Quinto during the time?
Wala po doon. Outside, dahil nakatira po sa labas.
So, wala siya.
Wala siya.
Wala rin siyang travel sa Manila during the official travel during the time.
Parang nagkaroon po ng parang may Wednesday siguro. Sabado po nung nangyari.
Yeah,
Parang
August 13. Chinek ko na po yung records eh. August 13, he was not during the week.
Yes.
Tama?
Ganun
Okay.
po.
Kaya yung statement po dito na yung security for operation, blah, 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 Robert Quinto, patay na yun eh. Pero alam ko rin yung kwento dito. Alam mo rin siguro.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. is Dr. Derla, and ito sinabi ko na kanina, you're the less corrupt. Ito, with due respect, of course, to former Colonel, now deceased, Quinto. Alam mo naman yung relasyon ni Quinto, ni Derla sa tatlong Chinese, especially kay Tony Lim. Alam mo yun, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now,
Can you divulge it during the executive session?
Yes, Your Honor.
At least para lang po maklear din natin yung pangalan ni Quinto with regards to that killing.
Kaya nga po, humingi ako ng...
Okay na. I just want to establish muna. Kaya nga, nung nakarang hearing pa, sinabi ko na alam na po namin yung puzzle. Tapos na po yun. And then in fact, siguro, I just want to confirm to you, during the first hearing, kaya hindi mo po masabi-sabi na nakausap mo si Garma, because, alam mo, si Garma, her record, doon sa Davao, di ba? As CIDG, as Chief of Police of a station, di ba? Very close to the President, di ba? Alam mo yun, di ba? Kaya medyo wala kang choice.
Yes,
That's true. The same as true for all those persons involved in this particular plan. Tama?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so, do you commit? Sabihin mo na lahat na hindi na ako magtatanong doon. Sabihin mo na yung narrate na lang doon sa executive session po.
Yes.
Kasi gusto ko rin i-clear yung pangalan ni Deputy Superintendent Quinto with regards to what happened.
Yes, Your
Pero
Honor.
I will not clear his name with regards to his affiliation with the three Chinese. And pwede natin, in fact, kilala mo rin si Macariola. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kilala? And do you confirm that Macariola is very close to classmate ni Quinto?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oo, di ba? O kaya tanong ka na doon. Ayaw pa. Ayaw kasi, as stated by Congressman Ako, pag hindi ka nagsabi ng totoo, I will cut short your statement in the executive session.
Yes, Your Honor.
Saka po, marami pa po eh. May mga complication ka kasi, dami dito. For example, Inspector Glase. Ito, Glase. Inspector Edgardo Mendoza. Chief Inspector Roque. Now-assign in Sablayan. Si Glase nasa NDP ngayon, di ba? Tama?
Davao po.
Davao pa rin.
Po.
Okay. Now, si Roque is in Sablayan.
In Davao po.
Davao pa rin. Tama. Eh, mahali pa po. Mga names. Kasi we have already checked. Pero again, as I've stated, I hope you will say it all during the executive session. Kasi, again, let me stress, ikaw po, less corrupt ka doon sa loob ng ano ko.
Thank you po.
Nakuha ko na po yung background mo. Kaya lang, I do believe na na-pressure ka lang, kaya tell all na. Tell all na kasi wala na eh. And you will be retiring by November, di ba? Tama? Kasi baka magpatong-patong pag-aso mo because of this. Okay? So, you commit na to this committee. Okay, ha?
Yes po.
Okay. That's all, Mr. Chairman. He has already committed and let's see what will happen during the executive session. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Congressman Paduano. The next interpellate is Congressman Benny Abante. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang tanghali po, Superintendent Padilla. Marami nang naitanong sa inyo at ako'y nagpapasalamat sa inyong mga sagot. I hope that you're really honest enough today sapagkat sinabi nga po ni Congressman Ako na yung inyong unang affidavit na pinadala rito ay pawang kasinungalingan, no? At ngayon, bagong affidavit ninyo ay talagang sinasabi po ninyo that you are now telling the truth and nothing but the truth. Di ba? Yes po. O, nabanggit po ninyo rito ang pag-uusap po ninyo ng CIDG Officer Royina Garma. Babanggitin ko uli, ang pinag-usapan ninyo, ang sabi sa inyo ng Chief Garma, and I quote, may mga taong kami dyan nagagawa at huwag mo nang questionin. And whether you like it or not, we will operate and do not interfere. Baka madamay pa pamilya mo. Alam mo na si Congressman, si Colonel Garma, yung babae, di ba? Yes po. Ibig sabihin na iniwala kayo na ang isang babae pwede sabihin ito sa inyo? Hawak po nila. Alright. Sabi nyo, that nagkaroon kayo ng intense pressure. Yung intense pressure, ibig sabihin natakot kayo, sinabi niya. Kayo ba ay nagkaroon ng intense pressure sa kanyang sinabi o sa isip ninyo meron pang tao behind what Chief Garma said at mas mataas po ito? That's true. Hindi po kayo natakot dun sa sinabi ni Chief Garma eh. Kinabahan kayo sapagkat alam ninyo na mayroong mas malaking tao behind what Chief Garma said. Yes po. Kanina po, nabanggit ninyo, tinanong po kayo ng isang colleague namin dito about the former president. Pinanggit niyo, mayor pa siya. Ano po, nung si Chief Garma ay naging commander ba sa Davao? Sa LPG po. So therefore, ang binabanggit ninyo, ito, yung pong behind the big person sa sinabi po ni Chief Garma ay inyong ini-implicate ang ating Pangulo, ang ating former president. Ganun po ba? Hindi ko naman po ini-implicate, pero hawak po sila ng mas mataas. Okay, ibig sabihin yan, hawak po si Chief Garma ng mas mataas. At ang mas mataas yan ay ang dating Pangulo. Tama ba ako? Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Chair, yan naman po, pagkat atin narinig na binanggit po ni Superintendent Padilla na merong mas mataas kaya siya natakot tungkol sa sinabi ni Chief Garma. Salamat po. Thank you, Congressman Abante. The last to interpolate is our Senior Deputy Speaker, Dong Gonzales. You are recognized. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Colonel Padilla. Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, good morning. Medyo nanginginig pa po yung kamay nyo ngayon, nanginginig. Yan na po, ano? Last August 20, medyo hindi ka masyadong kalmando eh. May tanong na po sa inyo. Naniniwala ka na ngayon, tinanong ko si Tata na tumawag si Colonel Garma sa inyo. At sabi mo, hindi mo nakausap. So, tinatanggap mo na ngayon na nag-usap kayo ni Colonel Garma. Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. In fact, hindi ko sana nasagot nung previous kasi I am worry of my safety. Salamat, Colonel Padilla. Ngayon, Colonel Padilla, meron na po akong hawak dito na sinumpang salaysay ni Ginoong Lipodotan na naging subject ng nakaraang investigasyon noong April 28, 2024 sa page number. Comsec, pwede po pag-iabot lang kay Colonel Padilla po ito? Colonel Padilla, yung pong tatlo po yung nakabilog. Gusto ko lang po marinig ng mga miyembro at mga nakikinig sa buong mundo. Pwede niyo pong basahin yung number 28? Number 28? Number 28 po. Kasalaysay ni Leopoldo-Tan. Habang naglalakad kami, lapit po yung mikropono. Habang naglalakad kami papunta yung investigation section, tumulog ang cellphone ni Superintendent Padilla. nakita ko na pinindot ni Superintendent Padilla ang kanyang cellphone. Nadinig ko na sinabi nung tumawag kay Superintendent Padilla, congrats, Superintendent Padilla, job well done. Pero grabe yung ginawa mo, ginawang tinuguan.
Mahina po yung mikropono. Ay, pakiulit na po yung last sentence.
Pero grabe yung ginawa mong tinuguan. Oh, 29, alam ko
Sige
na...
po, number 29. Pagkabasa po yung number 29.
Alam ko na ang kausap ni Superintendent Padilla ay si Presidente Duterte dahil pamilyar ko ang boses niya.
Number 30 po, pagkabasa yung number 30.
Pagkatapos ng tawag, sabi ni Superintendent Padilla sa mga kasamahan niya doon, tumawag si Presidente na congrats sa akin. Dahil sa sinabi ito ni Superintendent Padilla, kaya lalo akong napaniwala na ang tumawag sa kanya ay si President Duterte.
Colonel Padilla, ngayon nandito ko po sa harap ng mga miyembro ng Kongreso. Nasa harap ka po ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino nanonood. Ang dami-dami nanonood sa atin. At maraming nanonood all over the country, all over the world. May tanong po ko sa inyo. Naniniwala po ba kayo sa sinabi ni Leopoldo Tan sa number 28, 29 at 30?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Okay, Congressman Fernandez.
With the indulgence of Senior Deputy Speaker, I think we're dealing deeply with this discussion. And I'm just worried about the safety of Superintendent Padilla. Considering that he is a 64-year-old retiring in a couple of months, and at the same time, his family lives in Davao City. He's asking for an executive session, and he continually insisting that he be given a chance on an executive session. We all know that the sensitivity of the issue that we are tackling right now, and it entails the life of the people that love this guy. Although, Mr. Chairman, we have seen some inaccuracy on the new affidavits that he submitted to us, but nevertheless, we cannot count there, no? Yung buhay na maaaring mawala sa mga testimonyang inibigay niya dito sa ating kapulungan. And I think it is incumbent upon all of us to think about the family of Superintendent Padilla. Last hearing, I hardly question the Superintendent Padilla because I know that he was lying. And indeed, with the change of affidavit that he subscribed right now, I think somehow he's telling the truth. But not completely. Because there is an apprehension on his part. And considering the safety of his children and his family, I think it is just proper for us to finally, pagkaroon po natin sa kanya yung request niya doon po sa executive session. And it involves a lot of things. The name of Garma, the name of Alberto Leonardo na nabanggit kanina, the former president as well. And I think, Mr. Chairman, this is the time that pabigyan na po natin si Superintendent Padilla. And to kanya, Mr. Chair, kasi you are reading a lot of documents. Those documents that you are reading right now pertain to what? Superintendent Padilla. Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. Tungkol po saan yung mga dokumentong yan? Yung ito po yung notebook ng ship commander during the event. Can you kindly submit that to us? Can we have the documents? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, sige. Thank you so much. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we convene our
Quadcom into an executive session.
Before the chair rules on that motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez,
Allow the chair to recognize our Deputy Speaker, Robbie Puno. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a quick question to edify this representation, Mr. Chairman. In the issue of in the consideration of a request for an executive session, may I inquire what are the criteria for deciding whether we do or do not grant this request? Is it completely at the discretion of subject to a vote by the body? Or do we consider personal safety? Do we consider national security? Or other factors? May I please ask the chair for clarification on that issue?
Well, in reply to Congressman Robbie Puno, if the committee, this is Section 37 of our rules, no? It says that if the committee, on the 6th paragraph, Section 37, regular and special meetings. If the committee or subcommittee deems that the subject matter of the discussion in a public hearing may endanger national security or may be offensive to decency or public morals, it shall conduct the meeting in an executive session. In our case, the parliamentary status is that Congressman Dan Fernandez made a motion to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation by Congressman Keith Flores and Congressman Abante objecting to the request that we grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So, since there are objections and the motion is proper at the moment, then let us vote on the motion of
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Dan
Mr. Chair.
Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, if I may, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
because prior to the motion that I manifested a while ago, the objection of Congressman Keith Flores and the Chairman Abante, there were no proper motion that was moved by the two of them. They have manifested their objection on having a executive session in relation to the letter that was given to us by Superintendent Padilla. So I think the proper objection must be done on the motion that I have manifested on this Quadcom, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Mr.
let
Chair,
it be
Mr. Chair.
okay, Congressman Abante.
I think there was a motion made by Congressman Keith Flores. Now, I'd like to explain my objection, Mr. Chair. No?
Okay.
Number one,
There is a motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez to convert this hearing into an executive session. Earlier, there was a manifestation made by Congressman Keith Flores as an objection to that request of Colonel Padilla, and which was also stated by Congressman Benny Abante, objecting to the same request. Now, since we want to decide this collectively as a body, we would like to give both the members of this committee who objected and state for the record the reason why they objected to in the motion to grant executive session to Colonel Padilla. So we would like to hear the objection first of Congressman Abante and then Congressman Keith Flores. Congressman Abante, you're recognized.
yes, Mr. Chair, with due respect to my co-chair, Dan Fernandez, I objected because, number one, Superintendent Padilla already made it public and he has answered many questions already. As far as his affidavit is concerned. And number two, Mr. Chair, he has already actually implicated the former president by my questions, Mr. Chair, on the issue of the killing of the 3 Chinese drug lords. Yun lang po ang gusto kong sabihin, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Abante. Congressman Flores, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, in light of the manifestation of Chairman Dan Fernandez, I will give Colonel Padilla a chance, Mr. Chair, to answer questions which he thinks should only be disclosed during an executive session.
Thank you, Congressman Flores. So now, we will now rule on the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, can I ask for a 1 minute suspension?
On the
please?
question raised by Congressman Robbie Puno, does the gentleman from Antipolo is satisfied with the reply of the chair?
Just a further clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Please proceed.
The response that I hear from the chairman seems to suggest that the position taken by Colonel Padilla has been that it is for his personal safety that he wants an executive session. And according to the rules that you have stated, Mr. Chairman, that's not one of the criteria for granting an executive session.
But,
That's
Mr. Chair,
all, Mr. Chairman.
Among others, the reason that Colonel Padilla cited is the safety, his personal safety and his family's safety. Now, we will grant him an executive session, listen to his revelation, and we will decide whether indeed the session that we will have with him is an executive session where we cannot disclose to the public what we discussed in this executive session. So it is still up to the committee to whether we will make public the disclosure or the revelation that will be made by Colonel Padilla in our executive session.
That's clear, very clear, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Congressman
Mr. Chair, may I
Puno.
ask for a 1 minute suspension, please?
1 minute suspension.